Dan figures he can survive a few unusual run-ins. But he's pit against a raccoon, and a bird, and a bear. Pretty much anything that walks, flies, bites, pecks. Let's not forget pecking.
The reason why I was so attracted to this film was most of the family movies with animals, the animals talked or they were animated.
But nobody's really done the movie where it's real animals in a real situation.
I thought they'd sent me the wrong script. I thought this must be an animated movie that somehow it ended up on my desk.
Saying we're going to do this with live animals, and that actually is going to help the comedy, was a breakthrough, I think, for us.
The goal in this movie was to make the animals into characters. They were co-stars in the movie.
We need to get these animals to perform, and to perform well.
Good, good, come here, good.
Having worked with a pig on college road trip, I knew well enough to know that you don't wing it with animals. You prepare and you give them enough time.
Yeah, we can't have any movement in the background, guys.
Luckily, we had a really good animal wrangler, Ken Biggs, and his group, the Wild Bunch.
They've assembled a cast of animals and trained them to do certain things that we need them to do physically in the movie.
The animals are defending their territory. So we need to have some very wily appearing animals doing things that disrupt the evil developers.
My first response when I read the script was, please, please tell me I get hit with bird poop, because I've really wanted to be able to say I did my own stunts.
There was a skunk, there was a weasel.
Squirrels, prairie dogs, wild turkeys.
Dozens of animals.
Did I mention the bear?
Yeah, they were all challenges in their own way. It's not Lassie.
I held the skunk, I held the raccoon, so cute. They're just these little babies and they're so sweet. And there's a couple that are mean that you don't want to get around.
The mandate was never put an actor with an animal.
I don't think I interacted with one real live creature at all.
Hey, you, go away.
If the animal isn't hitting his mark, it could take forever.
The way we're shooting the movie is using a lot of split screen effects. So we have Brendan and the animals in the exact same shot, but we shoot them separately.
We were able to speed up the production that way.
Yes, excellent, sir.
And then also let the animal trainers work with the animals for as long as it takes to get them to do the required performance.
Challenging job, but it was a really interesting project in that the animals don't talk, so we're trying to get emotion across without them actually speaking.
We need to get performances from them, and that takes patience and time.
We had all these conceived notions about what we wanted to do, and the animal went, nope. So what we do is bend to the animal.
We've looked to see what they perform naturally, and we've tried to create pieces of business around those actions.
I think we get better things because of that. We discover sort of the range of the animal's acting capabilities. And that's been a lot of fun because now we're really getting the hang of working with that animal.
You know the end result's going to be happy accidents. The animal might just do something funny that looks great, but you're not calling action and cut so much.
Roll camera, we're rolling.
We made a decision to shoot this movie digitally, so we weren't spending millions of dollars on wasted film. Just let the camera run until the animal's tired, go home.
The raccoon features most prominently in the movie, and we have the most shooting with him.
It is raccoon.
We worked 7 raccoons to come up with a lead raccoon for this, and Scooby turned out to be the guy that wanted the job the most.
Come here, babe.
He loves the camera.
He does.
Doing everything from driving cars and doing long hind leg walks, giving a lot of directed stares. He's unplugging plugs. He's got a whole long list of things he's doing.
We're actually learning over time what he'll do and what he won't do, and also he's evolving. He's finding his stride as an actor.
There's a raccoon fight.
Brendan is not going to be in the same frame as those animals, but he's going to have to react to them as if they're there. So we want everything to feel as real as possible. Seeing Brendan going toe-to-toe with a raccoon, I think we'll have a really fun movie that people haven't seen before.
The toughest of it is to get them to stay still.
When we first started shooting him about 3 weeks ago, it was very, very difficult. He was very frenetic. They could not hold him without him biting the trainer. We were just recently able to get some really nice footage with him where the trainer could hold him so we could get real close on his face. And he was very calm. That was fun. Another animal that was really fun to work with was a condor. I think it's actually a turkey vulture. The huge bird has an 8.5-foot wingspan. We shot that bird for a couple of days, both in flight and walking on the ground. It's a very interesting looking bird, and it's making lots of sounds as it's working.
Bye!
Biggest safety issue on this one's obviously the bear.
Funny story with the bear, Brendan, I think, is 6'3". We go to meet the bear, and the bear is like 5'11". And we're like, this isn't gonna work. Brendan's taller than the bear. And we kind of had in our head like a grizzly bear. So we shrunk everything. We had a porta potty made that was about half the size of the real porta potty, and we just did old movie techniques. In terms of working with the bear, you get what you can. That took a lot of rehearsal because it's a very dangerous animal. We were all told not to make any sudden moves.
Once the bear's on the scene, be where you're gonna be and just stay there.
His wrangler was like 2 feet away from him, and he had a wire, and when you're in post-production, you remove all that stuff. We have storyboards, and I'm basically in the garage with a monitor, and as soon as you see that the bear did a move that you needed, you just check it off.
Cut!
There's a bear driving a golf cart.
Doing a good job, too.
I don't think we would have been able to make this movie 5 or 10 years ago. Using the split screen and the visual effects is something that has been perfected in the last few years.
There are subtle CG treatments that are put on the creatures, maybe to enlarge the eyes a bit, the teeth.
And they don't talk, but they need to have facial expressions.
They're always made to behave the way that they would in nature. Although you put a raccoon as steering wheel of a hybrid Jeep, and that's just absurd comedy. If you can imagine it, you can put it on the screen now.
The idea is just for the audience to get lost in the comedy and the events that are going on, then we'll have done our jobs correctly.